Hello, I'm Lowell Martin, and this is MCC Today. On today's show, we have Magaret Freeman, Catherine Freeman, LaShundra Grady, and Kelly McKee. You're going to learn a lot, so don't touch that dial.
Thank you to the teachers for encouraging me when I wasn't sure where to start, for seeing my potential even when I didn't, for inspiring me to reach farther and try harder.
Thank you, MCC. You helped me change my future.
Find your wings at MCC.
And we are here today with Miss Magaret Freeman and Miss Catherine Freeman. How are y'all doing today?
Good.
We're good.
Really excited to be here.
Now, originally, I'm just going to lay it out for the audience. Originally, your mother was supposed to be here to talk about arts and letters and things like that, but she sent me an email with a nice excuse.
I'm sure.
No, she said that she had something else to do, but that she was sending some very good representation. Now, both of y'all are involved in our program here at Meridian Community College called Stage 2.
Yes.
And what is Stage 2?
So Stage 2 was originally started as a theater company for teenagers in Meridian. When Susie Johnson started it way back in 2010, I believe. There was nothing like that in Meridian, so she originally started that as something for 13 through 19-year-olds to participate in theater. And since then it has gone through many changes and has taken shape in many different ways. So now we are part of MCC and we love it. It's been such a blessing to be part of this family because there's so many resources and also help that we haven't had in the past. So basically it's a year-round theater program that 13 through 19-year-olds can be a part of. They meet weekly, and then we do a winter showcase and then a summer musical.
Now, how long have you participated in Stage 2?
So I joined Stage 2 when I was in 6th grade, so when I was 12 turning 13, and that has been, I think, 9 years for me, something like that, something around that. So it's been a while, but it's definitely been. I would not be the person I am today without Stage 2. Was super shy, super timid, and then I walk into.
I can see the shyness vibes now.
Well, I walk into that theater and Susie Johnson and Sarah Benton are like, scream your name and then do a twirl. And I was like, hello. So it's definitely been a character growing experience for me, but I've loved it. Every single second of it. I still come back. I'm in college now and I come back and help with the shows. So it's been awesome. Love it.
Now, Catherine, you have been in how long?
So I started Stage 2 in 2016. And so my first show was Les Miserables, which was, was a big one.
Yes.
Okay.
And I had never, the first show I'd done before that was, what was it? It was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, MLT, and I was like in 1st grade. So it was like a huge jump, and all of a sudden we're doing this huge show with all these people that are way older than me, and it was just such a great experience. That's still my favorite show.
What part did you play?
So I was just ensemble. I was a beggar. I was a poor person. I was a barricade girl.
Okay.
I was a lovely lady.
Whatever was needed.
Whatever was
you were
needed.
there.
But it's grown to so much more than that. That's the first set that I actually started painting on, and now here I am, and I'm like the set designer along with Mary, my honeycut. We work together, and we do the sets for all of the Stage 2 and Take 1 shows now.
Well, now you said Les Miserables. You've done that. What other? Just name some other shows that y'all have done with Stage 2.
My first was Fiddler on the Roof, so I love that one.
Susie is not afraid to take chances and challenges and all of that, and she's been that way all the time. I graduated high school with her. So I've known her for a long time. But she is like, okay, go big.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just go big. Okay, so Fiddler on the Roof.
We did Fiddler, Oklahoma was my
Joseph
second
and the Amazing
year.
Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Which is not easy. We did Pride and Prejudice and Peter and the Starcatcher as straight plays because it wasn't enough to just do musicals. And then we've done, what else have we done?
We've done The Music Man.
Music Man.
We've done
Shakespeare Superlatives, which was COVID year. We did a modification of Shakespeare, a conglomeration of different scenes from different shows, because again, it's just not enough to just do a single play. Sometimes we have to just create one out of the beautiful works of Shakespeare.
Before you started.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, goodness.
Were you really shy? I mean, I know people say,
yes.
I'm really shy. Were you really shy?
I was a crier if I had to speak to people I didn't know. And in fact,
Okay.
I remember I was talking to somebody that I'm really good friends with now who's in stage 2, and they were like, you were in these 3 shows? And I was like, oh, I was in them, but I just stuck to the wall as much as possible
one
to avoid
time
talking to
she
other
had to
people.
do this like basket toss in one of the scenes.
Oh my goodness.
And it just wouldn't work out, and so she wrote Miss Susie a whole page
wrote her a
email.
letter.
And I was like, you just have to take me out of the show. I'm so terrible. I can't do it. I'm not good enough. And Miss Susie's like, you can be there 15 minutes early to practice, and we'll get your group together and practice it, and then you'll be fine.
And we did, and it was great, and it was
Okay.
fun. So very, very good.
What about your personality before you started, if you don't mind me asking? Were you more shy or were you more outgoing originally?
I'm not shy, but I'm not a singer in front of people. I don't like to dance in front of people by myself. So I kind of gravitated to more of the behind the scenes. So I do, I'm ensemble in most of the shows, but then I also work backstage for a lot of the shows, and I do the sets and all that stuff. So it's
So it's
definitely
not just the acting and singing component of it and the dancing. It's like you learn everything backstage.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, there's a
Okay,
place
'cause
for
I know
everybody.
Susie, she's going to make you do
Oh,
stuff
yes.
backstage.
Oh,
You're not
yes.
just going to come and be window
The
dressing.
biggest thing is we want these members to learn responsibility, and that can take its shape in many different ways. So we do the winter showcase where you are in charge of your group, but also with these shows, you're in charge of, if you miss rehearsal, you're in charge of getting it learned, which is something I learned. I had to show up 15 minutes early to learn how to do that basket
Sure.
toss. But it also might look like you're in charge of helping with sets, or you're in charge of helping with the crew with getting props somewhere. You're in charge of moving a set piece, and you have to figure that out. You have to communicate that to somebody else, because we can only do so much if we're working crew. You're in charge of a lot of your own stuff.
Well, stage 2 is, you said 13 to 19. And so a couple of years ago, they started Take One. So what is Take One?
So Take One is our after-school program that we recently started for ages 11 or 8 to 11 or 12, or however you feel like whenever you're ready to move on up to stage 2, which is our next, program. So Take One, these kids come in, and a lot of the schools around here don't have an opportunity for children to do theater.
No, they don't.
So, and then we decided that it would be great to start one here so that these kids could come in from all over the county, meet people, and then they have a chance to learn theater in a year-round way like Stage 2 does. So they come in and we would do some set work or prop work, and we would make things, and then we would also do some improv games to help them build up their teamwork and their trust and their acting skills. And then we also do a junior play for them that year, which is also super fun.
Now last year, because my nephew was involved with it, I'm not allowed to say his name or he'll kill me, but he was involved in it, Preston. But y'all did Matilda.
Yes.
And they just had such a good time
Oh,
with it.
it was so fun.
And so this year he's moving up into Stage 2, and he is so excited.
It was going to be so much fun. He's going to love it.
But so your recommendation is anybody
Anybody.
should come and be stage one, take
Absolutely.
one, and stage
The
2.
cool thing, Susie used to say, it's like the Breakfast Club. You see the football player, and you see the nerd, and you see the girly girl, and you see the shy girl. You see them all up there, and they're all doing it together. And it's so cool, and it's not something that you really see in a lot of other areas. So it's really cool that Stage 2, and now Take One, has this really cool opportunity for younger kids who are trying to figure out what it is they want to do and what they want to put their time into. And you really get people from all walks of life. I mean, we have people of different faiths. We have people of different, people from different areas. We have people
Sure.
out of towners who come back year after year to be a part of it. It's crazy. And the dedication that comes from it is just not like anything I've ever seen. So.
Well, listen, thank y'all both for coming in and substituting for your mother, but I do appreciate it greatly. Hopefully over the next week or so, I believe, there will be additional information on our website, meridiancc.edu, for anyone interested in getting their children into Take One and stage 2. So, but thank you so much. I want to hopefully maybe get you back after y'all been involved in a play or two, and let's see how it goes.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
We'll be right back.
Not essential. Never let anyone tell you that again. Never doubt your abilities to make a difference. How do I know this about you? Because I'm a teacher. I am the one who will push you harder and farther than you could have ever imagined. Teach you things that you never thought possible. And if you will give me 100%, then I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and together we will change your future. MCC, find your wings.
And we are here today with Miss LaShundra Grady. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing well. Now, you are our support service coordinator, right?
Correct.
Now, and we were talking about this before the cameras went on, is that you've been here 4 years. And in that 4 years, you have changed jobs, or your job has expanded.
Yes, correct.
A lot. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But now, what exactly is the support service coordinator?
Well, as the support service coordinator, I'm responsible for the food pantry, the book loan program, and counseling referring.
Okay. So the book loan program, what is that?
The book loan program consists of, some students be wanting hard copy books. Most books are e-books, but if you want a hard copy, or either if you don't get financial aid, you can come in and I will purchase the hard copy book for you.
Okay, so does that become their book?
No, you have to return the book. You borrowing the book from me for the next student, and they can come and borrow the book.
Okay, so if anyone is interested in borrowing a book, how do they do that? How do they go about doing that?
Well, they can contact me by email at lgrady3@meridiancc.edu. Or they can give me a phone call at 601-484-8836. Or either they can stop by my office at Smith 104A.
Okay.
And they'll just fill out an application, and I'll see, do I have the book? And if I don't have the book, most likely I'll be able to purchase the book.
Okay. So, like, if someone is interested and knows that they're going to need these for the incoming fall semester, about how long would it take you to get the book if you need to? Should they come in like a week before?
I prefer for them to come a week before, but if they come the same day and I see that if I have the book, they can get the book, and if I see that they need assistance with purchasing the book, I'll be able to purchase the book.
Okay, so it's same day service sometimes if you've got it, but it's better if they come a little bit early.
Yeah, a week ahead.
Okay. Now, we also offer a food pantry.
Yes.
Okay. Explain what the food pantry is.
Well, the food pantry consists of canned goods, personal hygiene products, and it's open to all students, faculty, and staff.
Okay.
And I get the items by donation for students for extra credit, and also donated by the faculty and staff.
Okay, so students will donate it, and they get extra credit in their classes for donating food to you. And then sometimes a lot of faculty and staff will also. Now, who is this food pantry for?
It's open to the students, and it's also open to the faculty and staff.
Okay, so anyone on campus who needs it.
Anyone on campus, and they can just stop by my office or a phone call. And it's confidential. No one know you're getting canned goods or personal hygiene.
So they come by, and again, that's the same, like right then, if you're there and available, y'all can go look and get some food and get some.
Well, they can give me the family size and kind of give me an idea of what they need, and I'll give them a food bag.
Okay. And then the last thing you said is you offer counseling services, or you recommend?
I recommend, but any student or faculty or staff, they can come in if they want somebody to talk to or just somebody they want to rant to, they can come and talk to me, and I'll listen. It's very confidential, and if I see that they need other service, I can refer them out. Okay. And Weems give 4 free counseling sessions for MCC students.
Okay, so we have 4 for full-time students.
For full-time students.
We have 4 counseling sessions available.
Yes, and it's free.
Okay.
And it's confidential too.
Okay.
Because once I refer you out, Weems will take care of you from there.
Okay, because I have students that come and they rant too or talk to, and I tell them all the time, look, I'm not a counselor. Right. I'll be more than happy to listen to you, but I'm not a counselor. And sometimes they need a little bit more assistance.
Correct.
And I'm glad that you're able to do that for them.
I can always listen.
Yes, listening's free.
It's
can
free.
Always listen. Now, you actually there are 2 grants
Yes.
that are available. You just smiled brightly with that. You have 2 grants. So what are the 2 grants?
Actually, we have 2 grants through the Women Foundation. The
Okay.
first one is for the nursing and nursing adjacent students, and
Okay.
it's called a Helping Healthy Equal. And that grant consists of assisting students with tuition, supplies, scrubs. You can get gas gift cards, and we also will assist with utilities. And it's an application that you stop by my office and you can fill out for it.
Okay, so
And
that's
it's a
not going to
first-
happen that day.
No, and it's first come, first served
Okay, so you got a grant for, you said nursing and nursing adjacent programs. Now, what that basically means with nursing is like these are healthcare programs?
Yes, healthcare, the healthcare division.
Okay, so any of those programs, you can help with tuition, scrubs if they need to, because
Yeah.
a lot of times they're going to clinicals and gas cards, which might be very important. So you can help, and so they have to come to you, fill out a form, and then you assess their need?
Yes, I will. A committee will look over and we'll approve it from there.
Okay, and it's first come, first serve.
It's first come,
So
first
when
serve.
the money is gone,
It's gone.
It's gone. Okay.
And it goes fast.
It does, yes.
Very fast.
Okay. Now the second,
The second is through the Women Foundation, and it's called.
we're
it's a
very
mentorship
happy with the Women's Foundation.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Yes. We have a mentorship program. It's through the Women Foundation of Mississippi,
Okay.
and it's called Connect to MCC, in which that program, it consists of, it's a mentorship program, and it's students, females. You have to be 2 generation, well, it don't have to be female, but 2 generation. It's a 2-generation grant, and it consists of a student checking in with me every month, and it's just making sure that everything's going well in class, or if they need somebody to talk to. They get a free laptop, and they also get a stipend at the end of the program if they keep a 2.5 GPA.
Okay. And a 2.5, that's like a C plus, right?
That's a C plus.
Okay. And then the computer, that's
a
borrowing again. They don't
No,
get to keep.
it's free.
They get to keep
It's free.
it. Really?
Yes.
And is that so? They come in again and fill out.
Well, it's an application you have to fill out for it, and once you fill it out, I'll approve it, or I'll let you know if you get in
Okay.
or not.
And it's first come, first
It's
serve
first
as
come,
well?
first serve.
When the money's gone?
When the money's gone, it's gone.
Now, are these grants that will renew each semester, or
Well,
is it just for a
actually,
year?
The Connect to MCC, it will end in December. It was a year grant. And
Okay.
Helping Eagle, actually, we got renewed for the second time. So this is the second go round of it.
Okay. Now, when you started here, did you ever imagine that you would be doing the job that you're doing? Because I know that I know how much you enjoy your job,
Yes.
and I know how much you enjoy helping people.
Right.
But when you started here, that was not the position you necessarily started in, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, so are you aiming for the presidency of MCC one day? Should I tell Dr. Huebner? I'm joking, because you really do enjoy what
Yeah, I
you
do.
and
I
you
really
really do
enjoy
help
it.
those students
Yes.
a lot. I'm so glad that that you're here and you're able to help as much as we are. Well, listen, I want you to come back and I want to talk about these grants again.
Okay.
Hopefully, we might have some more grants coming up
Hopefully.
that we can talk about. But I think this is very important because sometimes just a little gas money is all you
Help
need to
a
help
lot.
to get to school for a while. And sometimes those little things really do add up.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
You're
being
welcome.
here. We'll be right back.
Meridian Community College. For more than 75 years, we've helped students soar. Establishing the first tuition guarantee program in Mississippi, we put our students first while creating pathways into the workforce and offering a seamless transition to a 4-year degree. Now is the time to find your purpose and register today, because those who move forward never get left behind. MCC, find your wings.
And we are here with the wonderful Miss Kelly McKee. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Now, you are the Writing Lab Coordinator.
Correct.
For Meridian Community College, and you have been for a number of years now.
Right.
Previous to that, you were an English instructor.
Yes.
Okay, and then you kind of segued into Writing Lab Coordinator. And originally, you were kind of off by yourself, but was it last year or year before?
Year before.
Year before last. You moved into the Success Center.
Correct.
Which I'm so thrilled over because, you know, and she literally is one of my favorite people in the world. But talking about the writing lab, okay, what are some reasons that students should go to the writing lab?
Well, students can come into the writing lab to work on a paper or any writing assignment that they have to do for any of their MCC classes. Primarily, you know, most students come in because they have essays to do for their English classes, but occasionally they'll have papers to do in other classes like psychology or history or art appreciation, and we can certainly help with those types of assignments as well. And there are a couple of benefits to coming into the writing lab to work on papers. One of those is that students can work on their paper in an environment where there is an instructor and tutors present in case they have questions as they're working. And a second benefit is that it just provides a nice space to work on their assignments, because students tell me all the time that they just don't have anywhere at home where they can sit down and write a paper. It's either noisy, or they don't have a reliable computer, or they just don't have the time. And so they can come into the writing lab and use our computers, or just sit at one of the tables and just have a nice quiet space to work on their papers while they're on campus.
Now, when a student comes in the Success Center, okay, you come in, you sign in, and then you go back to the writing lab. What should they expect in the writing lab?
Okay. Well, actually, that's what I was going to explain.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. They need to know this. When they come into the Success Center, they will need their student ID to check in at the front desk. And then when they check in, the person at the front desk will ask them if they are there to just work independently, which is totally fine, or if they have a specific need. And if they do, then that student is paired with either an instructor or a tutor, a student tutor, who can help them address that need. And some examples are things like sometimes a student has a paper that they've already written, but they have just a few questions about it before they actually submit it for grading. Maybe they didn't get a chance to ask their teacher in class the questions that they have, or they didn't realize they had the questions until they got home. And it may be questions about punctuation or format or citing a source if it's a research assignment. And a one-on-one session like that with an instructor or a tutor can kind of address those questions. Something else we can do in a one-on-one session is go over a graded paper. That's really an effective way to learn from mistakes, is to have someone go over a graded paper with you and help you understand what it is that you did wrong, why you lost points, and then how you can avoid making those same mistakes on the next paper.
And the thing to remember is you are an actual English instructor.
Yes, I am.
You still teach English classes
I do.
During the regular semesters.
Yes, and we have other English instructors. If I'm not in the writing lab, when a student comes, another English instructor will be there. And worst case scenario, we will at least have tutors available, but all of the time that we're open, we have an English instructor present.
Yes. Now, something that I hear all of the time is about proofreading papers, okay? So, please set the record straight as far as the writing lab is concerned. Can we proofread a paper for a student?
Okay, and I'm glad you asked that, because a lot of students do come in and all they want, they say, I'm not here for tutoring, I just want somebody to proofread my paper and edit it for me before I turn it in. That's not something that we do.
Okay.
We can't just proofread a paper, make corrections for the student, give it back to them so they can turn it in. The main reason is that the student isn't learning anything in that process.
Right.
But what we can do, even though we're not going to just proofread an entire paper and edit it, we can read enough of the paper, to help the student identify what types of errors that they may need to work on. I can any of us can typically look at a paper, maybe the first couple of paragraphs, and can say, okay, it looks like you're having some issues with commas, or maybe it looks like you're using some informal wording. Let's work on how to avoid that. And then kind of guide the student through the process of proofreading on their own, but just, with some guidance.
And a lot of times there's students who come in who, it's like they need help getting started.
Yes.
Or they, and I've seen students who will be like, okay, what do you think of this thesis statement? Right. We can offer a lot of help, but not just we're going to sit down. We're going to have a learning experience with you.
Exactly.
It's not going to be we're doing this here, as you said before.
Right, and I'm glad you mentioned that. Because, sometimes, yes, we'll answer your questions, we'll go over a graded paper, but sometimes students don't know what they need help with.
Right.
They're like, I have this assignment, and it creates anxiety for them, because a lot of people, some people have test anxiety, other people have writing anxiety. They're like, oh my goodness, I have to write a paper for this class. And we can definitely do what you said and sit down, and we can't write it for them.
Right.
But we can have a conversation with them, make some notes, ask some questions that get ideas flowing and kind of get a start on the paper. And then the student can sit right there in the writing lab and work on it, or leave and come back later and let us look at what they've come up with and kind of go from there.
Yes. Now, as far as the writing lab and the Success Center in general, appointments. Okay, do you need an appointment for the writing lab?
Okay, well, you certainly don't need an appointment just to come in and work on a paper independently and ask a question or two while you're in there. But if you want to have one-on-one tutoring with an English instructor or a student tutor, it's a good idea to make an appointment just to make sure that there's going to be somebody there to help you at the time that you come. I mean, you can come by and see if someone's available, and many times that is the case, but if you just want to make sure, you can go, there's a link in Canvas called Tutor Track, where students can go and make an appointment online. And they can also call the Student Success Center. The number is 601-484-8799, and just ask to make an appointment and you can specify an English instructor or a student tutor. Some people feel more comfortable working with a peer. Some people would prefer an instructor.
Okay. And as you said before, the writing lab is not just for English. It can be for sociology papers, psychology papers, outlines for speeches, anything like that that a student needs help in.
Right.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for being here today, and I hope people take advantage of this.
I do too, because improving your writing will help you in all of your classes in college.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Since 1996, the MCC Foundation Tuition Guarantee Program has provided students an opportunity to find their potential. Thousands of students have benefited from the program. Over $6 million have been invested in the students who learn and live right here in our community. This program is funded by individuals and businesses who believe in our students, our families, and the economic impact of an education at Meridian Community College. Now is your chance to offer support. Give today at meridiancc.edu/give.